the beginning, whispers of a chilling prophecy began to circulate among the halls of Asgard. Fenrir, the god of war and justice, stood at the edge of a great stone balcony overlooking the shimmering expanse of Yggdrasil, the world tree. A foreboding settled in his heart as he contemplated tales that spoke of a monstrous wolf named Fenrir, born from chaos and destined to bring ruin during Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. Winds carried hushed tones through Asgard as Odin, the All-Father, summoned all Aesir gods to a gathering beneath the sacred branches. The atmosphere crackled with tension. Each god felt an unease deep within their souls. They knew that Fenrir's strength was growing, like a storm brewing on the horizon. Odin's wise gaze swept across his kin, instilling both respect and anxiety in their hearts. Loki entered with an air of mischief, but also dread. His presence stirred confusion among them all. With every step he took, shadows danced around him, revealing secrets best left unspoken. It was then that he revealed his connection to Fenrir. He had sired this creature meant to unleash destruction upon them. The weight of his words hung heavily in the air as murmurs spread amongst the gathered deities. Raja frowned deeply at Loki's revelation. She could already envision carnage stretching across fields, once rich with life. Her mind raced with thoughts about love, intertwined with battle, a dance neither deity nor beast could escape from forever. Other gods exchanged worried glances while deliberating their next steps against an adversary whose power they could barely comprehend. Discussions grew heated and worries festered into fear. Tyr remained silent yet resolute. He listened intently while visions flickered before him, visions not just of chaos, but also ones filled with honor and bravery, awaiting those willing to confront it head-on. With courage swelling within his chest like flames licking at kindling wood, Tyr stood up amidst discord. A sense of calm enveloped him as he proposed forging chains strong enough to bind Fenrir before he reached full strength, an act meant not only for Asgard's protection, but also for redeeming loyalty among fallen warriors who once fought valiantly by his side. Aesir nodded solemnly. They understood that action must be taken swiftly if they wished to avert catastrophe. Thus began their preparations for crafting a chain woven from elements so unique even Fenrir would not possess power enough to break free. Islands found only in cat paws under moonlight, roots steeped deep within ancient mountains' embrace, breath drawn from fish swimming through darkened waters, the very essence whispered into existence by nature itself. They set out towards a secluded grove where Fenrir lay sprawled upon verdant grass, beneath dappled sunlight filtering through leaves overhead, unaware of what was soon to transpire amongst those who feared him most fiercely yet respected his might too deeply. Tyr stepped forward first, hesitation, gripped others tightly as they lingered behind him like shadows, unsure whether light could banish darkness lingering near them still. At Tyr's resolve shone brighter than any doubt they would succeed together or face whatever fate awaited if they failed without putting forth true effort towards change wrought by bravery itself. This chapter closes on newfound determination, woven into hearts eager for triumph over looming despair. The stage is set for chains forged by cunning minds, combined with unwavering spirits, readying themselves against destiny's call echoing throughout realms long forgotten, in the tranquil realms of Asgard. Palpable tension hung in the air as Tyr stood resolutely among his fellow gods. Whispers of prophecy loomed large over them, and it was clear that the time for action had come. With determination etched across his features, he proposed to bind Fenrir before the monstrous wolf could realize his full potential. The other gods regarded Tyr with a mix of admiration and uncertainty. They knew Fenrir was no ordinary beast. He was born from Loki's mischievous essence and destined to bring chaos upon their world. Yet, even amidst their fears, they recognized the wisdom in Tyr's words, the necessity to act before it was too late. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue across Asgard. Tyr led a gathering of mighty Aesir into a secluded grove where Fenrir often laid in slumber. The grove was draped in shadows, an unsettling silence enveloping them, as if nature itself sensed the weight of their mission. Lay both opportunity and danger. With focused minds and united hearts, the gods began crafting a chain, imbued with enchantments pulled from the very fabric of reality. Each element used represented daunting trials elements that would challenge even those who roamed freely through Asgard's verdant fields. They gathered silence from a nimble cat darting through twilight roots from ancient mountains, rising high into clouds and breath from fish gliding silently beneath dark waters. Night deepened around them as these mystical components melded together into an unbreakable chain, one that promised to restrain even the mightiest creature if wielded correctly. They approached Fenrir's resting form. Tyr felt a stirring within him. A blend of trepidation and unwavering courage washed over him like waves against rocks. He could sense that fate hung delicately in balance, and that sacrifice would be required to protect those he cherished. Drawing closer while other gods hesitated at this crucial moment, he stepped forward boldly until he stood directly before Fenrir. There lay power, incarnate a great wolf with eyes like molten gold, reflecting cunning intelligence, intertwined with raw strength. Tyr extended his hand toward Fenrir slowly yet deliberately, embodying trust despite lingering doubts circling around him like restless spirits. He offered himself as surety for his kin. Should they fail to bind this fierce beast, they would have his honor at stake. Fenrir stirred awake with curiosity knitting between his brows at the sight before him. A divine figure standing fearless yet vulnerable, a god pledging trust willingly for another's safety. Atmosphere crackled with uncertainty, but also held an undercurrent of respect for Tyr's audacious commitment amid looming peril. Wolf's gaze pierced through shadows, enshrouding truths far deeper than mere physical restraint. It spoke volumes about loyalty forged in trials shared amongst warriors prepared to brave storms ahead. So came forth the moment when destiny summoned forth its decree. The binding challenge had commenced beneath starlit skies, where celestial bodies bore witness to acts written not only in myth, but resonating throughout realms untold. Tyr's heart raced as hope ignited within him like flames flickering against darkness surrounding all beneath cosmic heavens. The journey towards safeguarding Asgard had begun under mystifying circumstances, leading towards uncharted fates. Eyeing ahead, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the grove, Tyr felt the weight of his impending choice settle heavily on his shoulders. The air was thick with tension as he approached Fenrir, who lay there, blissfully unaware of the danger that surrounded him. A colossal wolf stirred slightly, sensing the presence of intruders. His golden eyes opened slowly, narrowing in suspicion as he regarded the gathering gods. Clear that Fenrir had grown wise to their intentions, he sensed their fear and uncertainty beneath the surface bravado they tried to project. With a voice rumbling like distant thunder, Fenrir demanded proof of trust from those who sought to bind him. He proposed a test one would place their hand in his mouth as a gesture of faith, an offering to affirm that they did not fear him nor meant any harm. The other Aesir gods exchanged uneasy glances. This was no small request. Amidst the hesitation that gripped them all, Tyr stepped forward once more. Bravery surged within him like an unquenchable fire as he understood what must be done. This moment where courage and sacrifice intersected, he recognized that true leadership required not just strength, but also vulnerability. With a steady resolve etched across his face, Tyr extended his arm towards Fenrir's gaping maw. The wolf's breath reeked of wildness and untamed power as it washed over him, a reminder of what was at stake for Asgard and its inhabitants. Sensing both dread and honor intertwined in this act, Tyr placed his hand firmly within those powerful jaws. Gods held their breath. Collectively, time itself seemed to pause as they witnessed this ultimate demonstration of trust and courage unfold before them. They understood well that losing Tyr's hand could mean losing much more than just a limb. It would signify surrendering hope against chaos, personified by Fenrir. An instant filled with raw energy, Fenrir clamped down upon Tyr's hand with ferocity unmatched. Pain radiated through his body like lightning striking during a storm, but amid that pain blossomed something profound, honor found only through selfless acts made for others' sake. Fenrir struggled against the initial bindings, crafted from nature's elements. The magical chain tightened around him, but proved not enough to hold back such primal force unleashed upon them all. The mighty surge fueled by rage and desperation to escape confinement imposed upon him by beings lesser than himself. Fenrir broke free momentarily, yet it was then that destiny intertwined cruelly with valor. Despite being wounded grievously, his hand crushed between razor-sharp teeth Tyr remained steadfast even as blood trickled down onto grass, soaked in reverence for those who had fought valiantly before him. His sacrifice became emblematic of selflessness, rooted deep within warrior hearts regardless if victory lay ahead or doom awaited beyond horizons unseen. Fenrir thrashed wildly against his bindings again, forged by Aesir magic, the very essence woven together under Odin's watchful gaze. He found himself ensnared ultimately, despite breaking free from initial chains designed solely for attainment purpose alone. Thus concluded this chapter marked not only by loss, but also transcendent bravery witnessed throughout realms, where whispers tell tales destined never to fade away into silence forgotten forevermore. In the aftermath of the intense struggle between Tyr and Fenrir, enveloped the grove where the epic confrontation had taken place. The moon hung high in the night sky, casting a silvery glow over the scene, illuminating both victory and sacrifice. Fenrir lay bound by the enchanted chains crafted by the Aesir gods, his great body thrashing against its restraints, as if testing their strength. Yet, he could not break free. Magic woven from nature's essence held him fast. Tyr knelt upon the ground, his face etched with pain, yet also filled with a profound sense of honor. His hand was gone bitten off in an act that would echo through eternity as an emblem of bravery and commitment to protect Asgard from chaos. Wounded physically, Tyr's spirit remained unbroken, a testament to his unwavering dedication to safeguarding those he loved. Other Aesir gathered around him, their expressions reflecting admiration mixed with sorrow for their fellow god's plight. They recognized that this moment was not merely about binding Fenrir, but about understanding what it truly meant to make sacrifices for a greater good. Raja stepped forward, her heart heavy yet inspired by Tyr's courage. She saw in him not just a warrior, but a symbol of hope amidst despair. They stood together in silence. Raja pondered how love intertwines with sacrifice, a delicate balance, often tested during times of crisis. He remembered tales of fallen warriors who had given everything for their kin or those they cherished, and here stood Tyr as a living embodiment of such valor. Her heart blossomed a determination to honor his legacy not only within Asgard, but across all realms touched by fate's design. Odin watched from afar, his wise gaze lingering on Tyr's sacrifice. The All-Father understood that this act would delay Ragnarok and provide invaluable time for preparation against impending doom. He called upon the Aesir to pledge their allegiance to uphold values inspired by Tyr's bravery, to cultivate courage even in darkness, while ensuring that no soul felt alone when faced with challenges life presented them. Days turned into weeks following Fenrir's binding. Stories spread throughout realms celebrating Tyr's legacy, a saga woven into whispers among mortals and deities alike. He became revered not just as a god of war, but also as one who embodied martyrdom, the spirit, willing to endure suffering for others' safety. Tales emerged depicting how brave warriors sought inspiration from Tyr whenever they faced trials. They would recall his unwavering stance, before chaos personified in Fenrir's form, drawing strength amid uncertainty surrounding them like fog at dawn, lifting slowly under sunlit skies. With every passing season came gatherings, where deeds echoing Tyrian valor were shared around flickering fires under starry heavens, the flicker illuminating faces painted with awe, while hearts resonated deeply within resonant beats. Celebrating resilience forged through adversity, entwined closely alongside love, born out of fierce loyalty toward one another too precious, ever let slip away easily into shadows lingering behind them, always waiting patiently just beyond. Grasping hands reaching forth, seeking light instead. And so it was that Tyr became immortalized within Norse mythology, not merely as a warrior who sacrificed his hand, but rather as an eternal reminder that true bravery lies not just in overcoming fear, but also embracing vulnerability along paths chosen willingly, despite knowing what sacrifices may lie ahead when facing fears personified under tumultuous skies, where storms rage unrelenting.